Last time on Polymorph Self, the epic saga of Seyda, a stranger in a strange land. After a quick reminisce about Onas and Garrick's chambers, we discovered the awful spider's chamber of horrors, and I awesomely kicked down a door leading to nothing. We also found out that Bjorn had earlier broken the door controls to the tower, but luckily Hjani has her fancy full elf blood, and she was able to think really hard about doors for us. I still think all this human prejudice is bullshit, but at least we're out of the tower. Outside, we found out that the new city was stubbornly still there, so we strode proudly in to reclaim our ornithopter. Within the walls, we failed to understand anyone's crazy elf speak, but over in what looks like the temple district, we found our flying machine surrounded by guards. And we also found our old enemy Agonosphos. But how are we going to get it back without causing some kind of bloodbath? Maybe a helmet on the stick is the answer. But first, we need to deal with these guards who are giving us funny looks.
Eventually, you've attracted the attention of one of the guards with this long animated discussion. And he just walks over and as he starts to approach you, let's see how strong his suspicions are. That's an 18. You look like complete conspirators.
All right, then. This is not going to work. It's a 3.
Okay, you are approached by two of the guards who sort of start giving you, even though you can't understand the language, like sharp commands, pointing at you and then waiting for some kind of answer.
Okay. All right. I automatically walk up to them saying, like, somebody else walk up and let's punch them in the face and take their costumes. I guess we won't have to even bother with the stick thing.
Okay,
in common.
Hjani approaches them, saying that. Seyda, you got 5 seconds to say your action.
I'm going to hit one of them as subdue damage.
Subdue damage, yeah, you've already said punching. So, Bjorn, what's your action? 5 seconds.
I'm hanging back.
Okay. So Hjani puts her hands up, approaches, and then suddenly punches one in the face. Mm-hmm. Seyda does the same to the second one. So you're going to just be using your base attack bonus plus your strength, which I guess is equal to your grapple roll, right? Mm-hmm. What's your grapple skill?
Oh, 6 plus... No, sorry.
It's a total 6, right?
Sorry, 7 now. 7.
Yeah, and it's by surprise. I'll give you another +2.
Nice.
And... let me just find their AC. I've got these out especially. The AC is 13. They're wearing stiff leather with some greaves, and they're a little bit dexterous. So yeah, he's going to punch them. Yeah. So they have an AC of 13, and you've got a total of plus
9.
9 with these bonuses. Okay.
All right. Well, let's see what happens. 13 plus 9.
Okay, you successfully smash him in the jaw. What's your strength bonus, your strength damage?
Plus 3.
So it's going to be, I'm going to give you a 1d6 plus 3 subdue damage. He has, wait, let's get the suspense going. 8 hit points. Can you knock him out in 1? You've got 1d6 plus 3.
Okay. 5 plus 3, 8.
You cold cock him.
Yes.
And knock him out in 1 punch, being the... It's funny, I keep thinking we have to remind listeners, right, because there's some things that are just taken for granted now. Hjani is a fighter.
I am a fighter. Who
trained in the army, and you cold-cocked that one. And then Seyda the barbarian, the human barbarian, tries to punch the other one. What's your strength plus your base attack?
But plus my base attack. My strength is plus 3, and my base attack is 5.
So that's 8 plus 2, so you get plus 10.
Plus 10.
AC 13.
I roll a 7.
Yeah.
So plus 10 is 17.
Same again, 1d6 and add your strength bonus.
1 plus 3, only a 4.
Okay, you both surprise them, punch them in the face. Hjani's one goes down, asleep immediately. The other one takes a punch, but he's sort of still standing.
Too nice, I pulled it slightly.
Yeah, so let's roll for initiative to see if he can get a cry off before you punch him again. He gets... a 4. What's your initiative bonus?
My initiative bonus is 7.
Because you are a cat-like barbarian with improved initiative feat.
Do I have to roll?
Yes, you might get a natural 1.
I get a 10.
Okay. He reels from your punch. He turns, about to shout the alarm, and you get one more punch in on him. You have to beat 13. You still have to hit him.
Yeah, I still have to hit him.
You need the
I
D20.
need to, I see.
Yeah.
That's a 15.
Okay, he opens his mouth to scream. You punch him in it.
For 2 plus 3 is 5.
Okay, and you knock him out.
Oh, you.
They are both knocked out. No one appears to be coming. You drag the bodies back into the shadows. What next?
Yeah, let's go a little deeper into the shadows this time before we resume some more suspicious activity.
God, guys, I was just going to say we pretend to be a barbershop quartet trio in this
on the
case.
street corner.
Yeah.
Barbershop trio. I'd have to learn how to sing first. All right. So, who will these vestments fit?
Yeah, you guys knocked him out.
They wear kind of tabards over their armor with some form of insignia on that you don't recognize. They can be easily pulled over your own armor.
All right. Well,
But I'm not going to pass as an elf.
yeah, so you're going to be our prisoner. You're going to be our
You're going to wear
Chewbacca.
the smeg
I'm not
helmet.
going to wear it. I'm not wearing it. I'm wearing my beautiful, lovely headscarf.
Give it a wipe out with the headscarf.
No, it's
Take
lovely.
the headscarf off and wipe it out.
If you dither, something else is going to happen.
Yeah. I put on one of the outfits.
I put on a halberd as well. You can, once again, you can hold it in your hands.
I'll hold
if
it
you
in my
want.
hands. Gingerly.
I'm going to say if you gingerly do this, it's going to reduce the chance of success of the ploy. You'll have to take your own chance with that.
I
Will
take
you
the
wear
mask
the
and
helmet
force it
or
on
not?
her head.
No, don't put it on. No, my lovely headscarf.
Your headscarf is soiled.
What? Did you force? Oh,
I put it on top of your head and then thunked it down.
this is horrible.
All right, guys.
But the headscarf is protecting your head from getting covered in the smeg. And to be fair, Hjani's hair kind of like cleaned it out like a pipe cleaner with her own head at one
It is
point.
mostly on my head.
I'm going to have to change my beautiful headscarf brackets lovely to beautiful headscarf brackets soiled.
Okay, and for anyone who's just joining this episode for the very first time, we're talking about a helmet that was left in a mouldy hole for perhaps more than 100 years.
That
Yeah,
was my favorite pub, the Moldy Hole.
awesome.
Could've
Okay,
used any of that spider silk along the way to clean this out, but I suppose I just never really thought about it. Anyways,
you now have the setup. You both are wearing the tabards of these soldiers, and you have a fake anti-theophanite helmet on Seyda's head. Mm-hmm. What do you do next?
let's walk into there. You have a... I know this weird elven dialect word for hello now, so I suppose I'll just say that.
Oh, God. Yeah, we didn't think this far. All right. Yeah, all right. So we are now walking Seyda towards this entrance.
Yeah, and otherwise, I'd say we should remain silent and just nod and see where they point us.
Okay, you walk around the corner, you approach the gatehouse. They see you approaching, they look at Seyda's helmet, and they all look in awe and shock, and they're like, oh, nodding their heads. They say some gibberish to you, open up the gate, point you in, and now you all look into it and see this large, grassy, open courtyard with the ornithopter in the middle, with these 4 guards standing around it. And off to the side, you see Aganosphos in his helmet and 2 hobgoblins kneeling with their wrists bound. Mm-hmm. And they just motion to there and give you the thumb jerk. Put them over there. It's quite clear.
I say we should walk as close to the ornithopter and just make for a run for it.
All right. I walk towards...
You say in Elven they cannot understand. So
Huh.
Yeah, or common. I think I normally talk in common for this girl, right?
she
I
speaks
speak
Elven.
Yeah, well,
She
you know.
speaks Catherine Elven,
Okay,
having grown up in the record.
Guys, in Soto Voce, guys, stay right here by the ornithopter. I walk to the 3 captives, and I grab Aganosphos and stand him.
So you're going to... Wait. Your action is you're going to walk over to the 3 captives by yourself?
Yes.
Okay, Hjani, what's your action?
Well, I guess I'm gonna grab Seyda and nudge my way as close to the ornithopter as I can, listening to see when they start to get suspicious and yelly.
Okay, you walk in and they sort of look around anxiously and shut the gates behind you. Mm-hmm. On the inside, you walk under the arch and out of the gatehouse into the courtyard. And the first thing you pass is the 2 pairs of guards standing either side of the inside of the gatehouse. They sort of look at you and nod. You walk past, you 2 start marching across the grass towards the ornithopter. Bjorn, ahead of you, goes off to the side and starts heading towards the kneeling prisoners.
And we've established that I've told them get close to the ornithopter, yes?
Yes.
In
Yeah.
Soto
Voce.
whisper.
Yeah. As I just look up something, what is Hjani and Seyda whispering to each other as they nervously walk towards the ornithopter where 4 guards are standing?
How's it smelling there?
It's really horrible and I hate you both.
Keep going.
All right. Oh, shoot. I guess there are 4 guards here. I don't know.
Should we pretend to have a fight? Let's have a pretend fight. No. Okay.
No, let's get closer to the 4 guards to see if maybe I could possibly bluff them into thinking that you have something to do with the ornithopter.
Now let's go to Bjorn. What's your spot skill as you approach the 3 prisoners?
4.
4. DC 15 or above, please.
That's a 7 plus 4 is 11.
Okay, you don't spot something, and you keep walking over towards them. As you approach, you suddenly realize that they're not directly guarded, they're just kneeling with their wrists tied. And when you do get very close, you do notice something that you didn't spot from afar, but now you do notice is that as a master of knots, ropes, and climbing, as a rogue, you notice that it's fairly loose and poorly tied, and there's no guard standing around them. Something appears to be wrong. Also, you guys arrive at the ornithopter, and the 4 guards nod to you. What's the first thing you do?
Spot.
A spot check. Okay. What is your spot check?
1.
Okay, can you get DC 12 from this distance?
14, yes.
You notice that the 2 guards in the rear are very pale and have beads of sweat going down their thing, and they seem very, very nervous about something, like they're really tense and nervous. So I'm going to give you guys like a quick 10 seconds to think if you think any of this means anything, then we're going to get into it.
I think we could be the heroes here.
Something's about to go down.
Let's punch them.
Okay, Bjorn, any ideas before we
I kick Agonosphos in the head.
Okay, it's probably a good idea. So just as his hands are easily slipping out of the bonds, as with the hobgoblins, you go to kick him in the head. The guards draw their swords in front of you, and you look around, and the ones behind you are sort of like they're not coming over, but they've lined up in front of the gate to block the way. This appears to be some sort of plot to wait for you to come to them, basically, as the owners of the ornithopter. So, Bjorn's looking happy about that. And Bjorn has already specified that he's given Agonosphos a kick, so you will get that one first. His AC is 14, and you're kicking him, right? So just your base attack bonus plus your strength.
Is that plus 3?
Let's see if you can successfully kick him.
That's a 3 plus 3 is 6.
You give him a kick into his steel helmet and fail to damage him.
Ouch.
That's right. So now we're going to roll initiative for everyone. I'm going to roll for the 4 guards on the ornithopter and for the 3 prisoners. So for the 4 guards, that is a 6. Let me just write that down. And for Agonosphos, in his group, he gets initiative plus 0 also. Oh, I'm going to keep my hands away from that while Hjani leans over and looks what it is.
Oh, natural 20.
Boo.
Yeah, Agonosphos gets a 20. So now let's go to Hjani. What's your initiative bonus?
Plus 5. So I'm rolling, and it is a 3 plus 5, 8.
8 for Hjani. Seyda.
I have plus 7. And it's a 16 plus 7 is many.
25.
25.
No, yes, no, 23.
23.
23.
Putting you top for now, but how about Bjorn?
4 is my initiative. That's a 1.
Okay, natural 1. I'll just put 1 with a big thing around it there. Awesome.
A big thing around it.
A brackets. I'm not including your bonus because I'm going to count that's a natural 1. I'm just making sure I realise that's the lowest possible roll.
This is not going the way that I wanted it.
Remember that time you rolled a 3 that time?
Yeah.
Shut up.
That was pretty nice, actually.
Good callback. Okay, so following the order, Seyda, with your cat-like barbarian reflexes, you realise something's about to go down. They draw their weapons. Agonosphos and his foes stand up. What do you do?
Spin round and throwing axe Agonosphos.
Yeah, that's on the other side of the courtyard
That's
to
the other
you.
side of the courtyard.
With,
I can't
across the
throwing
way
axe.
with Bjorn there.
I-
You've said you're doing it, so
Yeah.
so you spin around and look right across the... Because you're in the dead middle
Yeah.
of this big area. And
Do not hit
Bjorn's
me.
with them. Yeah. Yeah, there's a... Don't roll a 1. Cause
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Just don't
Bjorn
do it.
is basically blocking the way, but you still have a chance. It just means you take a line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
So his AC is 14, plus it's 1 range increment out of the way. So that gives
Okay.
you -2.
-2, but
Plus,
I
you
have
haven't got a clear line of sight. It's another -2. So what's your plus for
My
throwing
plus
axes?
is 9, so I have +5 now.
+5 now.
Okay.
Okay, you pull the throwing axe off your hip.
I rolled a 16 plus 5 is 21.
With unerring accuracy, you throw the axe. It goes sort of spinning over itself through the air. Gives Bjorn a shave on the way past and embeds
You
itself.
needed a shave.
Thank you.
Yeah, embeds itself into Agonosphos for how much points of damage?
1d6 plus 2. 4 plus 2 is 6.
Okay. Good job. Bring us to him on the order. His hobgoblins take a step forward. They're on the same thing to engage Bjorn. He takes a step back, clasps his hands and casts a spell. And from out of the ground behind him, you see you've seen this before, his ogre skeleton bodyguard rise from the ground
I
and
hate
assemble.
that guy.
So he steps back from you, lets his hobgoblins go forward, and summons his personal undead skeletal bodyguard, which is got like 2 feet on him in height and has a huge bone club in its hand. The hobgoblins, what's your armor class?
My armor class is 18.
All right. They do not have weapons drawn yet, so they're just going to try and beat you with their fists, essentially, which means they only have a +1. And your AC again was...
18.
Okay, the first one. 13 plus 1 is 14. Swings a punch, you duck it. Second one gets a natural 1. Swings again, you sort of Tai Chi his arm past him and then just pivot him onto his face. Nice one. And then that brings us in the order to Hjani.
All right, I actually kind of vault over these soldiers to try to get to the ornithopter.
Yeah, you can try to do that. They are between you and the ornithopter, but they were nervous. You have the initiative. So in that case, what are we going to use? Have a look down your skills. Some sort of acrobatics, tumbling.
Balance, there's jump.
Is there acrobatics?
There's no acrobatics for this 3.5.
Let's go with jump. What's your jump?
My jump is 3. Oh, there's tumble. Is that it?
What's your tumble skill?
Well, it would be my dexterity, so +5.
Well, let's use that then. So you're going to basically like roll under their weapons and spring up the other side.
Yes.
So you have to get a 15 or above.
All right, let's try this. 7 plus 5. 12. So do I just bowl into them?
No, it means you do the roll and you come up and then they sort of like manage to, take a step back and come between you and you have to they block the way essentially.
Okay.
They don't fall for the faint.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, and they 2 of them of the 4 are staying back trying to just protect the bird and 2 of them are going to engage basically.
Okay.
Which brings us to them in the order. So the 2 that are going to engage are having swings at Seyda.
Oh.
What's your AC, Seyda?
My AC is 18.
And they draw their long swords and they have +3 to attack. The first one gets 11 plus 3 is 14. You parry the first blow. Second one gets a 19 plus 3 is 22, slashing you for 1d8 points of damage. 4 points of damage. You take a cut. Bring us all the way back round to Seyda.
Did Bjorn not go?
Oh, Bjorn's got a natural 1, hasn't he? He's the last one. Yeah, sorry, Bjorn. I skipped. I just saw that one and was just like, fuck you, no action for you. But Seyda is right. It's your turn.
All right. I've got a straight shot to the ornithopter, right?
Yeah, it's back behind you and they're all fighting around it.
Yeah.
There's 2 hobgoblins actually trying to kick your ass.
Yeah,
So
I know.
one's on his face right now.
Okay, I go into a dead sprint towards the ornithopter, shouting, "Everybody in!"
Okay. When you're leaving combat, that hobgoblin will get a free swing at you again.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. 17 plus 1 is 18. As you are leaving, he gives you a punch because he hasn't drawn a weapon. For 4 points of damage, he rabbit punches you in the back of the head.
Rabbit punch?
Yeah, that's the illegal punch in boxing where you punch someone in the neck from behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He does that, and it really, really hurts.
He rings my bell.
But you have sprinted away. And then that brings us round to the...
Back to me?
Back to you, yeah.
Okay, well, I heard Bjorn shouting, and I guess I'm going to try and knock out these guards. I don't want to kill them. I'm just going to try and knock one of them out.
There's 2 fighting you and another 2 between you guys and the Ornithopter.
The one's fighting me first, I guess.
Okay, they've got long swords and they're trying to kill you, but so you're going to use subduing damage. Okay, the first one in front of you has an AC of 13.
Okay. I rolled a 12 plus my... I don't know, I guess it's plus my...
Base 8. Attack plus your strength. It's the same as whatever it says by grapple, yeah.
So plus 8. 12 plus 8.
I mean, there are some more detailed rules for non-combat. That's what I'm using, just to make it clear. So you hit.
1d6 plus 3.
Yep.
5 plus 3 is 8.
You knock one out. Which brings us to Gnossos. Okay, the air is filled with an unbelievable, piercing, screeching sound blast spell.
Son of a...
I definitely wrote this down somewhere, and I didn't bring it. The DM will have to look something up.
Well, we all have to do like a fortitude check or something?
Yeah, for the half damage. I'm going to look up Sound Burst, a level 2 cleric spell. And while I do that, what's going through Bjorn's mind as he sprints?
This was a setup. It was a trap.
What's going through Seyda's mind as she fights her way towards the Ornithopter?
These guys, they were obviously mind-controlled by this stupid guy. I don't want to kill them. Let's just elbow them in the face until we can get away.
Okay, Sound Burst does 1d8 damage of sonic damage. You have to do the fortitude save not to be stunned for the next round. So first of all, Bjorn, as you run away, a screeching high-pitched burst of sound envelopes you for 7 points of damage. Bleed, makes your ears bleed. Seyda takes 1 point of damage, and Hjani takes 1 point of damage. Now, it also affects the 4 guards. Woo. Before we do the saves, standing around. So the 3 guards, because one's knocked out. The first one takes 2. The second guy takes only 1. They should be cleaning their ears out more often, not washing. The last one takes 7.
So should we, right? So
well, I've got the mask and the headscarf on.
Yeah, it's interesting. Unfortunately, this spell is made of magic. So now you guys need to make a DC 12 Fortitude save, not to be stunned for 1 round. So, Hjani, what's your Fortitude save?
plus 4, and I make a 3. I'm rolling.
Okay, you fall to the ground, clutching your bleeding ears for 1 round. Bjorn.
Plus 1 Fortitude. 20.
No.
21.
No problem.
I have plus 6.
Okay.
I rolled a 12 plus 6.
Okay, so you guys do not get stunned, but Hjani, you lose your next round's action. Bringing us to you've run out, so the hobgoblins draw their weapons but don't move. Well, one gets up, one draws the weapons, which brings us down to Hjani is next.
But I just
lost your action, yeah. So
the guys have to make a fortitude save too, right?
Yeah, that's right. Actually, the guards. So let me just check I've got this. They have fortitude plus 2, and it was 12, right? So the first guard.
Damn it.
14. The second guard, a 2 and a 19. So one of the guards is stunned. So there's 1 in front of you and 1 in front of the Ornithopter still active. So 1 takes a swing at Seyda, whose AC is
18.
Okay, longsword plus 3. 17 plus 3 is 20. I'm really sorry. 3 points of damage. You get slashed again. And the other one gets 17 plus 3 is 20. I'm sorry, Seyda. For 1 point of damage. Okay. So they both hit you, but weakly.
It's because they know I'm being nice to them.
So, Bjorn, you reach the scene at the Ornithopter. There is one guard knocked out, one stunned on the floor with bleeding ears. 2 are up fighting with Seyda right now. Hjani's on the floor also clutching her ears.
All right. How close am I to Hjani?
Like touching distance. You're right there. You've sprinted there.
Am I of the size that I can pick her up?
Yep.
All right. I pick her up and make our way into the ornithopter.
Okay, you do that. The 2 remaining guards there are preoccupied with fighting Seyda. Which brings us all the way back to Seyda.
I try and knock out another one of the guards.
Okay, AC 13.
That is 18 plus 8.
You punch the guard who has already taken 2 points of damage. He has 6 left.
I punch him for 6 plus 3.
Okay, you punch him 3 times rapidly in his head and he collapses unconscious. Only one guard is still standing. Bringing us round to Aganosvos and the hobgoblins. The hobgoblins start sprinting across, short swords out. And
It's a good band name.
and the hobgoblins, yeah. They've got you got to hook them up. We get the polo or not.
No,
Yeah, no, yeah, don't come here. Okay, he utters a whispery word and his huge ogre skeleton bodyguard starts like striding over in your direction. Both the hobgoblins and them will arrive next round. So at the beginning of this round, Seyda's still engaged with the final guard, and you guys, Bjorn and Hjani, are successfully sitting in the ornithopter. Hjani, you have come around. So let me quickly get your actions, Hjani.
I say Catalintu, and I try to mind meld with the ornithopter.
Okay, Bjorn.
I ready my bow.
There's a flaming spear.
A flame lance. You ready your bow, though,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And Seyda, you're still fighting at this
hitting them.
point. So, first up in the order after Seyda is Aganosvos. Yeah, he's organised those. Then it's Hjani. Okay, so, Hjani, you sit in the driver's seat. You grab the controls. You relax your mind, and you say, Catalintu. It comes to life. You just... Yeah, you feel melded with it. I mean, you can't really, picture it. It's a very weird thing, but you move the stick around and you just feel with your mind and you feel that you kind of know what you're doing. But here's the thing, you've never done this before and you're not a sorceress character. So to get control of it initially, you're going to have to make a successful concentration check on DC 15. You can check every round, and from the first time you make one, you can then just fly it perfectly for any time after that until you land it.
Okay.
So what's your concentration skill?
Oh, just 0, I guess.
It's your constitution.
It's my constitution, which is a 0.
Okay, so basically every round from now onwards, you're going to keep rolling until you hit a 15 or above. When you do, you figure it out and you start to be able to fly it. So this round, go for it.
All right, big money. 7.
Okay, you've activated it, but you're still... It's sort of like, vibrating, it's tilting a bit, but you can't make it move just yet and you're really concentrating.
Concentrate harder, Hjani.
Concentrate.
Fugumi!
There's one remaining guard. He really wants to stop you, but he's stuck in a fight with Seyda. He swings his sword at Seyda. Longsword plus 3. 19 plus 3 is 22.
Why are these guards so good?
Slashing you for 4 points of damage. Bringing us down to Bjorn, whose bow is ready.
Yeah, I'm going to take a shot at Aganosvos.
Across the... okay, so you sort of angle one over the top of the onrushing hobgoblins for him. His AC is 14.
Okay. I've got a plus 5 attack bonus for this guy.
Okay.
Here we go. That's a 4 plus a 5 is 9.
Okay, you shoot an arrow up. It goes beyond him and clatters into the far wall of the quadrangle.
Damn it.
Bringing us round to Seyda.
Let's knock out this last guard.
AC 13.
I rolled a 15 plus 8.
Okay.
23.
Now he's the one who took 7 points of damage from the sound blast. He has only 1 hit point.
Okay, so let's roll. I hit him for 3 plus 3 for 6.
You kick him so hard in his groin area that he just collapses into the fetal position and doesn't get up ever again for this encounter. That's the end of your action. So taking us to Aganosvos' team, the hobgoblins reach you. The undead lumbering skeleton is slow. We'll get there the next round. The hobgoblins reach, and one of them is going to fight Seyda, and one of them's going to try and climb into the ornithopter and try and fight with Bjorn. So, Seyda, your AC again. Sorry,
18.
18. And these have short swords plus 1. 4 + 1 is 5. It tries to fight you. You just wave your sword and bat it away. The other one climbs up on the wing and tries to take a stab at Bjorn. What's your AC?
18.
That is a 13 + 1 is 14. It climbs on the wing, but you sort of immediately bring your bow around to face it, and it sort of cowers back and doesn't come for you.
My bow.
Yeah. So now that brings us back to the top of the order, right? Oh no, that was that was a team. Yeah, sorry. Now it's to Hjani. Yeah, so Hjani gets her.
All right.
Can she get control of the ornithopter?
Can I get control? No, I got a natural 1.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's not going to do anything bad. But you're just not. It's you haven't got control of it yet.
I have not rolled anything above a 10 yet.
Yeah. So now it goes down to the guards are all knocked out.
What about those 2 that were just merely affected by the sonic blast? I don't mean to be a devil's advocate.
They're all out of it. They're all on the floor.
I've
out
been-
of it, yeah.
She's been punching
Oh, even the guys who were down? I didn't.
They were.
Only
the
one
best
was
time to
stunned.
punch
They're all
them.
the stunned ones are down. All 4 of the ornithopter long-sworded elven guards are unconscious or knocked down.
Well done.
Just the hobgoblins are caught up with you, and next round the ogre skeleton's
Yep.
going to arrive. The ones on the door are just holding the door, sort of looking around, not knowing what to do with themselves, essentially. So this brings us around to Bjorn.
All right. I jump down and grab hold of the flame lance.
Okay, which is pointing away from the head. So the flame lance is basically pointing directly at where Agnosphos is, and also the oncoming ogre skeleton.
That.
What's your ranged attack bonus as if you were using, for example, a short bow? Oh.
+5, yeah?
Will you aim for Agnosphos or the ogre skeleton that's about to arrive?
Agnosphos, of course.
Okay. And, so his AC is 14.
Nice, that's +5 attack bonus. That's a 2.
Okay, you hold now. This has already been activated by Hjani, and you are half elven. You hold it. You feel it start to vibrate. The sort of barrel of it lights up red with all the conduits, and it just shoots off a massive laser blast of flame and light. It fires past him, hits the wall, and just blows out an entire 10-foot section of the wall completely. Yeah, of course. He drops to the ground and he's covered in shards of shrapnel and rubble now as it sort of lands on him in a dust cloud. And you've just blown a whole section out from the wall.
I say,
Awesome. Which brings us round in the order to Seyda.
Great sword, this hobgoblin.
Yeah, its back is to you. Oh no, it's the one fighting you, right? Yeah.
I have +10.
And its AC is 15 with its studded leather armor.
I roll a 9 + 10 is 19.
You hit it with your greatsword.
That's 2d6 + 4.
Your magical greatsword.
Magical greatsword now. That is 5 + 2 is 7 + 4 is 11.
Okay, you run it through and it dies, leaving only the one sitting on the wing.
is he sitting now?
Well, crouching, cowering.
Having a little cry.
Cowering.
Yeah.
Cowering on the wing. So now it's Agnosphos' team, so that hobgoblin's trying to get some courage and try and stab you after all. What's your AC? 18, you said,
18.
Right? Rolls a natural 1. It stands up. At that point, the ornithopter lurches as Hjani tries to get control of it, and he gets thrown off the wing onto his face, right at Seyda's feet. And then the huge ogre skeleton arrives, Seyda.
Oh. Hi.
What's your AC?
18.
Okay, it has large club +4, a huge thigh bone of a dead elephant. So this thing is an animated skeleton of an ogre. It's like 1 or 2 feet head higher than all of you. But it's also like weird and
I
clicky.
hope he wasn't trained by the same guy as the gods.
Well, he rolled an 8, +3 is 12, so he swings a huge club and you duck it deftly, bringing us to... And Agnosphos is just on the floor wondering what exploded behind him, bringing us round in the order to Hjani.
All right, let's try again. Come on. 15! Yes, finally!
You are in full control of the ornithopter. It hovers a foot off the ground, not leaving Hjani behind, but you're able to just fly it and be in control.
All right, so I fly it towards Agnosphos, but then like kind of switch it around so that the flame lance is actually headed towards the ogre. So I make
It's already in that direction.
It was
Yeah.
already there.
yeah, but like kind of like fly it so that like I'm like shaving the top of Agnosphos's head while turning the thing
okay.
around.
Okay.
So that the flame lance is pointed at the ogre, so that you have to shoot at the ogre.
Okay, you fly close to the ground, you turn it around and swoop over toward Agonosphos, who just buries himself in the ground. Mm-hmm. At which point, Bjorn is looking back at the ogre skeleton holding the flame lance, which is standing directly next to Seyda. Looking at the through the flame lance to the ogre skeleton, which is standing directly next to Seyda. I'm going to give Seyda a check to see can she spot what's happening and get the fuck out of dodge, or will she also take damage?
I don't have spot.
But here's the thing, you have improved initiative, you're a barbarian, you have an amazing reflexes, you can sprint, so what's your reflex save?
Reflex save is +6.
And you just have to get 12 or above to successfully get out the way of this potential oncoming blast, unless he misses.
I rolled a 15 +6. 21.
Easily. Okay, so you suddenly swoop away in the Ornithopter. It's turned around now. Agonosphos dives for cover. Bjorn is pointing the rear-facing flame lance towards the ogre skeleton. And Seyda ducks its club and gets out the way, allowing Bjorn to take a shot. Its large size gives it a very vulnerable AC of 12. Your ranged bonus is
5.
Take the shot.
All right, I charge up the shot. I say to the ogre skeleton, "Hey, asshole, you want a lance dance?" That's a 9 plus a 5 is 15.
It's a hit.
It's 14, sorry.
Yeah, a huge bolt of red searing laser energy goes flying out and explodes in its midriff. Now, this flame lance is 66 points of damage.
Whoa.
What?
Its hit points
Give me all
is...
the D6s.
But it is undead and it does have 28 points hit points. So 66 is up to 36.
Give
right?
me that D6.
So you're certainly going to deal it a blow. Who knows what the referee might rule. You know what? Roll those ones again because flame lances are awesome.
Good ones.
No ones allowed. It's a direct hit.
5, 10, 11, 16, 17, 18. Oh, 21.
Okay, you know what? The DM rules it's enough. This is a cool scenario. You blast it with a huge laser blast, enough to separate its body into 4 pieces. Technically, it's still alive, but it's like an arm crawling along. Animated undead arm, another arm and a leg.
For its head?
It's just crawling in all different directions, so it's technically still alive, but you've just blown it into pieces. Seyda comes sprinting off and jumps into the Ornithopter.
I attempt to make a pun at the undead ogre of, "Do you need a hand?" But then I realise that doesn't make sense, and I just jump into the Ornithopter.
Oh, no, you should say "pieces out," and then
That's
leave.
much better than what I had.
I'm good at this.
Okay, you're all in the Ornithopter. Hjani, what do you do?
If I just slammed the Ornithopter down on the ground, would it crush Agonosphos?
It may do. He is somewhere beneath you, you think.
So why don't I just do a big stomp?
You slam it into the ground
Yeah.
to see what happens. Okay, I'm going to give him a reflex save. to get out of the way.
Drop the booty of this Ornithopter.
Yeah.
His reflex save is only +1, and he has to get 15 or above to save. He rolls a 16.
Get him.
What?
He rolls deftly out of the way as you slam down and leave a big indent in the ground, but fail to get him. But that was his action. What's your next action?
Well, I guess I might as well chase after him with the Ornithopter.
Agonosphos starts running. Your huge golden bird with a 40-foot wingspan.
We have room to maneuver?
It's quite a wide area so far. Well, you're doing well. So here's what happens. He starts running off across the courtyard. And and just for the listeners again, the Ornithopter is a golden replica of a huge hawk animated by magic to fly. It's got a huge, like 40-foot huge wingspan and 2 seats, 2 front-facing, 2 rear-facing. You, flying at ground level, start chasing him across. And you're going to try and knock him down. I'm going to give him his save again. He fails. He rolls a 2. And you just smash into him, knocking him to the ground, and you just hear a sickening crunch emanate from his body as you pull up and start to gain height, clearing the wall of the quadrangle and leaving him a crumpled mess on the floor. As you start to rise out, though, and you look down, Seyda and Bjorn see a very interesting, familiar thing. You see that his crumpled body, his robe, the silver, weird sewn-in patterns on his robe, start to glow up, and silver sort of beads of light seem to be spreading all over him. This is what you can see happening as you start to ascend in the sky. Bjorn, what are you going to do?
I'm taking one more pot shot with this flame lance.
Yeah, obviously his robe has some form of life protection power.
Next time we steal the robe.
Yeah, that would be the thing. But but Bjorn's got another way to get rid of this robe. He's going to training the flame lance downwards. He is prone, so I'm going to give him -2. So he has an AC of 11. Can you take a final shot at him with this flame lance as you get out of dodge?
Well, yeah, with my +5.
Yeah, you have to
Projectile
get
bonus.
11 or more.
Liar, liar, lance on fire. That's a 15 plus my 5 is 20.
His robe, his night black robe, gets illuminated by sort of flickering sparks of silver light. His body makes weird contortions as his broken bones click back into place. He stirs. The light in his eyes returns. He turns his silver visage upwards to look you, at which point he gets met by a 66 laser blast right into his face.
All right, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 14, and that's 20.
He looks up and you hit him dead on and he just becomes vaporized. Robe, everything. In fact, all that's left is when you look down, all you see is the light of the fires you started glinting off the only thing left, which is his smouldering helmet.
Speaking of, I whip mine off and throw it down into the flames.
Eat a dick!
Which would be better at this point, like third time's the charm or bye-bye birdie?
I don't get the first one.
You know, because it's just like the third time we tried to kill them.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so bye-bye birdie it is.
That appears to be the case.
Yeah, all right. A/B testing, you know.
That's right. So I'm just going to quickly tot up the experience points for all of that.
Tot 'em up.
Yeah, so that was like 2 hobgoblins.
It's your D6.
4 guards
This is
who are
Andy's
full
D6.
the ogre skeleton again. So the enemies you just defeated, as well as getting your ornithopter out.
Rock out with your ornithopter out.
Well, that's something I forgot to mention in the... I've got good news about leveling up to level 6. It's the amount is not doubling each time. The amount you need for the next level is in fact 15,000. Just 5,000 more, not another 10.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, and the total amount of points you just got there is... Let me turn that up, so that's... 4,000. 4,000.
We just got 4,000?
Between
The
three of you.
Oh, okay.
So $12.50 per person? No. It's like $13.33.
Okay, so we round up to 1,400.
Okay.
I mean, you know, you did have like an ornithopter and a flame lance,
Yeah.
and you did lots of awesome plays. And Seyda took a fair few hits on the...
Yeah, you punched like 5 people.
I did
Out.
punch 4 guards. I knocked them out, and then I split the hobgoblin
Yeah,
in
the
half.
first one required 2 punches, but no one after that.
Today was a good day.
That's right.
Not really. I had to bust my lance.
You fly off into the night, guided by your mind meld, although it is dark and the snow is starting to fall thick and fast. Where are you going to generally head for?
We're going to head for the castle.
Luna Nami,
Are we going-
the base. Sorry, Seyda.
I wanted to go to the town and go to the Palo.
Oh, you know what? Actually, yes. Let's
Well,
head to the
That
town.
is basically heading to the town because Luna Nami is your base
Oh.
just up the road from the town
Right.
where the ornithopter is based, and your
Yeah.
new patron has the castle, Arpitani. You could essentially fly.
I think let's fly to the
Direct.
town, though. Is there a place for us to park this? I forgot.
No, you just have to leave it somewhere during these precarious times. Yeah.
Well, we seem generally okay at hiding this. So.
Does the Palo have a nice flat roof?
Well, here's the thing. You are airborne at night. You are flying it, and you're now going to get it only took you like 2 or 3 hours to fly right out to the tower. So you're going to have a couple of hours for you guys to have a quick discussion about who are these different parties, what your strategy may or may not be. So let's have the discussion now if you want to have it. Like, who do you think side you should help? Let's recap who's on what side. Let's go through it all again. Seyda, so continue your thoughts.
I don't trust Arpitani at all. she's an awful person.
Yes, to be honest, I don't trust anybody at all, but I have to kind of tell you guys, I was trained by the Kikathryn Nation. My loyalty lies to the Kikathryn Nation. And also, Kanatani has a pretty cool sword. I think I should have a chance to at least talk to her, pretending maybe that we don't know anything and find out some more information. Also, you said these Blake and Kelly people, right? I don't think I've ever heard an actual conversation with you.
We've never really talked much before now. Blake and Kelly are some rebels that I know. They are against the Whiteblade Prince who's in charge right now. The girl whose diary you found, she seems to at least be worried about the people, which is something that I would care about, being a people.
Yeah, she did also attack us with her dragon twice.
Could have been a misunderstanding. And she does have a dragon. You like dragons.
True. So, well, do you think, since you care so much about the people, these rebels might be able to hide the people a little bit during this invasion? Maybe that would help lower the amount of bloodshed?
Are you saying we just set all of the armies against each other and keep the people? That sounds like something we could do.
Yeah.
We could attempt to do. Just let all of the elves kill each other.
Well, wait a second. I just figure soldiers fighting soldiers is one thing, but soldiers fighting townspeople who haven't been trained very well is another thing. If you can get those townspeople out, maybe this can be resolved with as little bloodshed as possible. Because, let's be honest, this fifth protectorate becoming a new kingdom thing cannot really actually happen.
I think either way, whatever happens, if it becomes a fifth protectorate, the people are screwed. If it doesn't become a fifth protectorate, the people are screwed, because that's politics. That's what happens. And I'd just rather...
Yeah.
Let's
screw the people as gently as possible.